I'm David Smith. 13 years ago, I founded and still run the Affordable Housing Institute, which is a global nonprofit based here in Boston that works around the world on pro-poor housing and urban development interventions. We are in the solutions business. At the Affordable Housing Institute, we talk about turning slums into assets. Assets for the people who live in them and assets for their community. And the activities that we want our clients, whether they're government or intermediary entities or development finance institutions or charities, the activities we want them to undertake involve spending money to improve the built environment, to put in roads or street lights or improve houses or replace ramshackle houses with more formal houses. And so you might wonder, does that pay for itself? Is that a good idea, or is this just the city extending charity because we should extend charity to people in need? Well, here's the thing. If you have a large, totally informal community that the city has nothing to do with, human beings are not anarchist. Human beings create organization and structures and enforce them. That's what we have government for. If we don't have government, we have a vacuum, and somebody else will do it. And that somebody else, sort of by definition, will be someone who likes to operate in a place where government isn't. Sometimes that's called organized crime. If you look at the history of urbanization, Mafia, for lack of a better term, organized crime, always arises in informal or semi-formal neighborhoods in rapidly urbanizing environments. And that's because they make a bargain. We're going to make a whole bunch of money doing something illegal, and in exchange we're going to provide a certain kind of order. Not necessarily your order, our order, but it will be a form of order. Additionally, if you have a slum and you're not paying attention to sanitation or water or electrical use, you will overload the infrastructure grid. So, for example, there's a huge slum in Sao Paulo near a reservoir called Huarapiranga. And so many people live on the hillsides of this reservoir that their effluent flows down into Huarapiranga and pollutes the water supply for all of Sao Paulo. 40% of the water supply for Sao Paulo comes from this one place that's being polluted by these emergent slums. So there are substantial economic costs to the middle and upper middle income people of a city of having a wholly informal slum nearby. You have a natural power center of crime, all kinds of crime, some that we think are victimless, some that are victimful. You have pollution, you have disease, you have hygiene problems. The Ebola outbreak, to take something that is tragic but current, happened in the slums of Liberia. And it didn't just affect the poor people in Liberia. So you have to understand, and cities and nations have to understand, that there is a cost that we all pay. We who are not in the slum pay for having a slum nearby. And it's not a social or psychological or spiritual cost. It's a practical quality of life, dollars and cents, economic cost. And there's a point in time at which it is better politics, better economics, better urban planning, better everything to say to that group of people, you have been here long enough. Here is a path by which you can formalize.